connected to airplane.
We have 13 kilometers for this batch and just over 200 meters of climbing. So we'll finish this one and then we'll do another one after that. I'm not sure which one, but 13K, 200 other meters, and I think that's like 25 minutes. So we got plenty of time to do another one after this. It's only a few percent that you actually feel the incline here. It's a long straight. It slowly goes up the entire ride. Hey man, welcome. Good morning for you. Thanks, man. Yeah. I've done a lot of stuff already in the morning. I just put my daughter to sleep, and I wanted to ride on the noon. So we won't be as tired as yesterday. It's always a bit of a gamble because she can wake up at any point, right? So I can't make any real big commitments as towards her house. I have to go close the door. Because if I start a route that takes like 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I really want to complete it, and if she's up, yeah, I want to be there. So that's why we chose something like a little bit in between 13 kilometers of the UC Worlds. It has like 250 altitude meters, which is great towards our goal next month. It's not too long, so we can go through it pretty quickly. And then afterwards, I'm riding on the track Madoni in-game. I think you see. Want to change cameras? I can change it in the app, wait. Thing is, the OBS has the same shortcuts as the camera on the keyboard. So if I change the camera, it changes it's a really good bike. If you don't have the Tron bike, it's one of the better ones, one of the better frames you can get. That is really all round. Let me see for camera. There we go. So it has 3 stars on both climbing and aero. So it's really good to sit in a group and get draft, but it's also pretty quick up climbs and hills as to weight. Not sure which level you have to be to buy it, but yeah, I'm in love with that bike. If I ever buy a new bike, it will probably be this one. And they have this in a Project 1 version, where you have like this color, but depending the way you look at it, the paint changes color, so it's either green or purple. Really nice. It's called Trek Madoni Reflective. If you wanna a level 20, yeah. So I don't know if you are able to buy it already then, but for me this was a must-have. I rode with the standard drift bike a long time because it's not that bad. I just invested in the zip wheels because the 404s, they are unlockable very quickly in the game, and they do help a lot on the flats. So basically we always use this setup for the flats or like the little like short hills. We use this setup. If we do a lot of climbing, we change to the Tarmac Pro. You can unlock that with the Italy Challenge for free, or you can buy it. And together with the milestone wheels, but yeah, you have to unlock those at up to Zwift. In case you don't have that, you should buy the Eve 4.3 wheels. They're not expensive, but they are pretty good in climbing, so that's a really good setup as well. And then you can mix it up a little bit because the milestone wheels, they are pretty decent on flats as well. So like for the Bologna TT, not the time trial, but it's a time trial route. But if you use it with a normal bike, I use this frame for the draft, the first 10 minutes, but I use the milestone wheels for the climb, so not the zip wheels. I have to go and close that door real quick. Don't want to make my door up. There's quite some wind because the window is open and the door keeps flying open. Don't want my daughter to wake up because then we have to call it quits. Let's change the camera a bit again because this is confusing, right? It's a really nice bike though. If I have like 6,000-7,000 euros to spend on a bike, I know which bike I want, and that's this one. I think it starts around 4,500 for the no disc version. That like the custom paint job. I don't like that one that much. If I'm gonna spend that kind of money, I want it to be the best color I can have. And that's the reflective one for me. It's 1,000 euros just for the paint extra, but it's so nice, man. So yeah, this is as close as we get to that for now. And I'm glad it's pretty good in game as well. So it's not a waste of drops to buy this frame, unless you're really close to the Tron bike and you are sure you want to go with the Tron bike after that. I'm pretty sure I will use this frame even after I have the Tron bike as well. That's how much I like it. see a giant squirrel. So basically we have 2 days of relaxed riding, yesterday and today, and then tomorrow I am planning on, thanks man, I am planning on doing that race we talked about yesterday, Zeke, the Zwift Headquarters Square race. Should be around 5 p.m. if my schedule doesn't change. That's the one we want to attend tomorrow. It's 10 laps, so it should be just under half an hour. Get some good warm-up going and then see how much people get coned. 5 minutes 17 during the APR. Let's see if we get close to that. Estimated time is pretty good. I don't think we have big problems there. Nice effort there. It's always a nice thing to see all the orange. You know you're working for it. If you see that graph, no matter what level you are, D, B, C, A, if you're in that orange and red, you are giving it your best. That's always nice. One more small climb coming up, and then we have the badge. This is not the badge yet. The badge is like 2K more. Oh, that should be. Last kilometer coming up. I hope they do the update soon with where they change the layout from the start so that you don't have to actually join in game to see the menu and the dropship and stuff. You can just do it from the menu when you start the game up. That would be nice. As well as changing routes while not quitting is a cool feature that should be implemented. Like if you finish now, we have to quit the game to start a new route in order to get the badge. Which is kind of stupid, right? There's the finish. And that should be the badge. Yay! That's that done. So let's take a quick look which other badge we can get today. I can do another short one. It doesn't give info about the routes here, right? I think if this route is up, we can do the cobbled climbs. This is a short one. We don't have much of these anyhow. Let's save that up and quickly reboot the game to pick a new route. This is the part that's not logical, but hey, they will change it. They will change it. Especially if you're on a slower computer than mine. I mean, it takes a while for me to load the game, so I think if you have a little slower computer, it might take like 10 minutes just to restart the game, which is a lot of time, man. And even though you are capable of like navigating yourself with the app, you don't get the badge if you do that. So yeah, you have to restart, select the specific route you want to badge for, and then completely finish it. Badger, thank you so much for the follow, man. So we are back. Connected, okay. So routes. I think on London we don't have anything we can do now. I'm not sure if we have the classic. Can check it now, of course. So stupid, but go back to Yorkshire. This is all we can do? Good. So we only have London and Yorkshire available. And I'm pretty sure we have this one. We just did this one. We have this one as well. We have this one. So the only thing we can do now is this. Okay, let's do it. Fuck it. 2 of 2 it well. Right. Thanks for being here, man. So let's just to recheck if we don't have the badge. We don't want to do 11k for a badge. We already have. And we can select something else. Tour of Tuit or something. Tour of... we don't have this. Nice. Okay. So it was about 11k. Let's see if the distance is realistic in Zwift, because there's always like a lead-in. I think it already starts here at the banner, so I think it will be quite correct on this route. But like for example on the Lutcher route, Physic knows this, on the Lutcher route we did last week, it says it's 400 altitude meters and 23 kilometers, which is okay, you do that under the hour. But then the lead-in is actually the entire climb, and then you start the round. So you have to climb 400 altitude meters twice in order to get the badge. And I'm pretty sure there might be some other routes with tricks of the skills like that. I think this is about the same route we just did, but the other way around. So we'll have some more climbing, which is good, right? We have to hit 8,000 altitude meters in the next like 2 weeks, something like that. Comes around 400 altitude meters per day to get to my goal. Yeah, thanks for the tip. I just found the list yesterday. It's on my computer, but I didn't have the time yet to update it to my own badges. So I have all the routes and the distances on an Excel file, where I still have to mark all the routes that I actually did to know which one we still have to do. But there's so much planning involved, especially in the later stages where you have only a few routes to go, because not every world is on every day. Let's pick up the pace a little bit on this climb. You can save some time if you press a bit harder. So I need to update that Excel file, and then I can look which worlds are on that particular day and select the route I want to do. But soon it will only be the big ones left, so it's not like you can jump on the bike and say, oh, let's do the PRL full today. Just 6 hours, you know, warm up, no problem. Oh yeah. That's a good thing, especially for those really first badges. You can really pick those routes. It's good with training though. It's like a little bit interval. Not too crazy, on pace. think the last couple of weeks we've been doing a race almost every day. Feels nice to do something else. Get that altitude in. Small dropout. No problem. No problem. I remember racing this track a couple of months ago. It's pretty hard. I think it was 2 laps for the race. And in this turn, you really need to go in the wheels or you will lose them forever. There you go. You really want to be pushing to get those wheels. And as you can see, it's already going down. And if you don't have the wheel and it's like 5-6 meters, you are gone because you're tired. It's hard to catch on a downhill slope, and if there's like a small group, even like 3 or 4 riders, they will put in a lot of time on you. So it's better to dive a little bit harder just on that last part and really crank everything you have, and then you can sit in the wheel this entire time and just try to recover. And this is the first part where you have to start pressing again, but you get so much speed of being in the group that you fly off all the way half of the hill here, and you do have to do half the work, so no work in the downhill and half the work here on this climb, which is worth that little effort in the end though. Yeah, man, I'm in love with my my bike. I had the same one before this in white, but it got stolen. But I like the frame so much, so I bought the exact same one but in black. We've been on cool places together. I think I will never sell it or something. Even if I get a new bike, I'll just keep it. This always feels like you're there, but this keeps going. Nice. I have only this, and I have a mountain bike from Cube, and I have, a Ridley Phoenix that I use for work. That bike is allowed to get a little bit more dirty than this one. This part is the same as before. You really want to be in a wheel here. If you have a little gap on the climb, you have to push really hard to close that before the climb stops, because you can get a lot of drafts here. You can easily take like 20-30 seconds on people behind if they are running solo. I don't know the Proco Pro. I've never heard of it. It sounds like a nice bike though. And if you actually do races, it's probably a good one as well. I was planning on doing an outdoor race this year, but yeah, with the pandemic going on, we'll just have probably one more summer of training ahead. So I'll be even stronger next year, right? Small climb coming up. Well, it's a little bit bigger than small, but it's very steep, so it goes slow. It's pushing a little bit of watts here. It's a nice place if you're in a group and you are near the back. This is where you want to go to the front. It's easier. Let's try to hold 300 plus watts for this last part. Okay, yeah, I know that one. It's a really nice bike. He's back out. Has been a good workout so far. Some shorter but bigger efforts. Legs are pretty strong today. Would have been a good race day if we did one. But hopefully we're even stronger tomorrow. For that cut race. I'm so curious about the green cones. I really want to see that in action. And I'm really wondering if it actually will feel different being in the front group with people getting coned or being afraid of getting coned and sitting in nice and tightly. Last race we came 32nd out of like 120 people on Zwift, and on Zwift Power we had first place. That means 31 people were over category limits or not registered on Zwift Power, one or two, but we checked the results and they were all above category. So that means 31 people would have been coned if the system works, which would be a nice side, right? If you like sitting in the front group, you're like pushing really hard to stick with them, and then one by one you see like these green cones going over those guys' heads, going to the back of the group. Looking forward to seeing that myself. The cone of shame. So it should be around 2 more kilometers, something like that for this route. So together with the other one, we are 25 kilometers in. 2 badges. You can see while doing these badges, the level ups are getting so much quicker. Like around level 24, I was doing short races only, and it would take like almost a month to get to level 25. But now we start doing these badges, you get so much experience extra. And you have the experience of the distance, of course. So we are leveling up really quickly here. Let's ramp it up for this part. Should be the last climb, I guess. Most important part is keeping control over that breathing. If you keep control of that breathing, it feels so much more doable to keep strong and to keep pushing. But if you like lose control and your body starts gasping for air, it's really easy to give up mentally and sit yourself down and stop pedaling. So I'll just do my best to keep that momentum, get control with that breathing, sit down, push hard and fast, get back up, get back in control, and keep repeating that until the climb finish or I'm finished. It's all downhill from here. We did manage to get over 400 altitude meters today. It's pretty much for only 25k. And we've done it pretty quick as well. 45 minutes. It's good to have no watt restrictions on. If I'm doing recovery and climbing and you have to stick under that 200 watts, you go so slow up the mountain, you lose so much time there. Or if you can actually like push the climbs like I did today and then just relax on the flats and the downhills, it gives you so much time advantage. Because you go fast on your slowest parts and the moments where you get free speed, you just relax. It's perfect. So if you're in the race, this turn is where you want to be in a good position, because while turning you have to start the sprint, because you can see there is the finish in the back. So this is where you want to start it, and like surprise a few guys who are still thinking about the draft in the downhill. You want to slingshot yourself out of the group and hold on all the way through the banner. Which, if you have legs left, is almost guaranteed. Hey man. Welcome to the stream. So we got this badge in the books. That's 2 badges today. It's perfect for an afternoon ride, right? 2 badges, get some nice experience, get some nice training in the legs with the intervals on the climbs. Pretty happy with that. Looking forward to racing again tomorrow, because even though these kind of rides are pretty relaxing to the mind, because you don't have to have a real push of getting wheels and stuff. You just can maintain your own speed the entire time. If you want to relax, you can relax. It's a nice thing. But that racing, that competitiveness, it's still something I really look forward to. It's a Polish pizza or an Italian pizza? Sounds delicious, man. I'll be making a croque monsieur after this ride. Croque monsieur with cheese and ham. Don't know if you guys know it. Don't know how internationally it is, but looking forward to it. Nice, man. How do you like it? Yeah, oliebowlen. It's very famous on fairs. Like every few months, there's fairs on the markets, and there's always like oliebowlen for sale. Really nice, especially in winter or on those late summer nights. Yeah, the French fries, of course. I think everybody knows that. Yep. You had some nice experiences then. Gelsenkirchen is pretty famous. And some good beers too, right? You have to mention it. I've been in Poland as well, a couple of times, but last time I did a round trip. I landed in Warsaw. I rented a car, and then I went all the way down to visit Auschwitz and Birkenau. And then we went to Krakow, and then we went all the way back to Warsaw. A couple of days. It was nice, really liked the country. Would love to go back, but we'll probably do that in winter time. So it might be this winter if travel is allowed by then. We will be going back. Yeah, we have so much beers and so much nice beers because you can have a lot of beers and they can all be shitty. But we have over 300 different beers. And there's actually a cafe who sells them all. Over 300 beers. And you have so many different tastes. There's something for everybody. Yeah, Hoegaarden. Hoegaarden is very, very good. It's a very famous one. But it's not really a special one. It's more of something you drink like just for a drink, you know. But you have like stronger beers, like more like Duvel. I don't know if you know it, Duvel. It's more like a beer you have in the evening with some nuts. Really strong, but Hoegaarden as well. Yeah, they have different kinds as well. So many beers to. No, a little bit too bitter for you. I like Duvel very much, man. Duvel and Duvel has a triple hop as well, which is a little bit yeah, more hoppier. Yeah, that's a good one as well. The thing is, beers are so personal. It's so hard to say like you have to like that one or that one because there's so much different taste. It's a little bit like wine, you know. Well, it's exactly like wine. Some people like Chardonnay, some people like Merlot, some people like whatever. Some people like white wines, some people like rosé wines. And in every kind, there's so much different blends and tastes and years and whatever. It's the same with beer. You have to try and see what's the best for you, what you actually like. And even that might change with your mood, you know, if you want to like relax or you want to, you're outside, if it's warm, if it's hot, if it's cold. Miroslav Nifratovani. I'll try to remember. I've tried a few beers, but I remember the last time I was there, I was going a little bit more like for vodka and stuff, because in Poland it's pretty cheap to eat and drink. So I always went with the stronger drinks, and I wanted to try a lot of different and local dishes. So if we went in a restaurant, we ordered like 3 or 4. I went with my wife, and we ordered like 3 or 4 main dishes, just to try them out, get a taste of what we like and what we don't like. And because of it, it's cheaper there, so it's even then, if you have like 4 main courses, it was still like less than you could pay for one here. That's a really good thing about Poland. And it has so much culture if you are interested in it. I liked it there a lot. But we went in September, so it was still pretty hot. And I was really impressed with visiting Auschwitz and Birkenau. So yeah, I wanted to go a few months ago, but didn't work out, so we have to do it next winter. But I wanted to do it when it's cold, because if you like visit Birkenau and you are in the sheds where the people were staying overnight, like the horror stories you get there, and then if you actually feel the cold, I think it would be like an immense feeling. So that's why, if I had to go back, I wanted to do it winter time. And for Belgium, it's pretty cheap going there. I think it's like 40 euros per person for flights there, so it's really cheap. It's pretty cheap to stay there as well, to eat there. So it's a nice getaway for just a couple of days. And it's like 2 hours flying. So if you have like a long weekend, that's the perfect getaway. Okay man, enjoy your pizza. I'm gonna round this up. I've been spinning a little bit. My daughter is still asleep, so I was enjoying this. But yeah, I'm gonna call it quits. I have the 2 medals now. We have over 450, maybe close to 500 meters of climbing today, which is perfect towards our goal of 8,000 meters. So we should be right on track. And then tomorrow we will do some racing. The crit race is hopefully waiting for us around 5 p.m. my time. And then hopefully get some green cones around us. Looking forward. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. If not, you can always rewatch how we did, or join us on another stream in the next couple of days. Thank you so much. Enjoy you guys' dinner. Enjoy the rest of the day. Stay safe and healthy, guys. Yeah, thanks, man. I hope you'll be there. I hope you'll be there. I think if everything goes to plan, we'll be like 30-40 minutes beforehand online to get some decent warm-up in, because we want to get prepared for that fast start. and then hopefully do well. So I see you guys. Thank you so much. Stay safe and